I always thought I'd cry when my marriage ended. Instead, I'm standing here arranging flower centerpieces for my father's 60th birthday party, watching my husband whisper something in my sister's ear across the room. They think I don't notice. They think I'm too busy being the responsible one, the fixer, the family rock. My name is Ava, and I'm about to burn my entire family to the ground. The roses need to be higher in that arrangement, my mother says, appearing beside me. Camilla suggested we use more pink ones. She has such an eye for these things. I adjust the flowers mechanically, the same way I've adjusted to everything else in my life. The white ones match the tablecloths better, Mom. We agreed on this theme weeks ago. Oh, darling, don't be so rigid. Camilla says I'm the event planner here. I cut her off, my voice steady. It's literally my job. My mother sighs that familiar disappointed sigh and drifts away to where Camilla is now laughing at something Rohan said. My perfect little sister in her perfect red dress touching my husband's arm just a second too long. Need backup? Genesis appears with 2 glasses of champagne, handed me one. My best friend, the only person who knows what's really going on. Your mother's already working the room like it's Camilla's party. I take a long sip. Everything's ready? The envelope's in Rohan's jacket pocket. He's nervous, but he'll do it. He better. It's the least he owes me. The ballroom fills with guests, family friends, business associates, all of them cooing over how wonderful it is that I've planned such a beautiful party for my father. Victoria, Camilla's godmother, air kisses my cheeks and whispers, Darling, you've outdone yourself, though Camilla mentioned she would have done the lighting differently. I smile tightly. I'm sure she would have. My father sits at the main table, quiet as always, nursing his whiskey. He has no idea what's coming. None of them do. Time for speeches, my mother announces, clinking her glass. Camilla, darling, you first. Of course, always Camilla first. My sister stands, gorgeous and glowing in a way I should have recognized sooner. She's crying before she even starts speaking. Daddy, I have something to tell everyone. Her voice breaks perfectly. She always did have a flair for drama. I'm pregnant. The room erupts in delighted gasps. My mother's hand flies to her heart. But, Camilla continues, her eyes finding mine across the room, there's more. The father. The father is Rohan. Silence crashes down like a guillotine. I feel everyone's eyes turn to me, waiting for the devastated wife's breakdown. My mother's already moving toward me, arms outstretched, ready to console me while somehow making it all my fault. But I'm already walking toward Rohan, my heels clicking against the marble floor. He looks terrified, as he should be. I reach into his jacket pocket and pull out the envelope myself. Open it, I tell Camilla, my voice carrying across the dead silent room, since we're all sharing tonight's big secrets. Ava, my mother warns, don't make a scene. We can discuss this privately. Open it, I repeat. Camilla's hands shake as she tears the envelope. I watch her face as she reads the DNA results, watch as the color drains from her perfect features. This is impossible, she whispers. Is it? I turn to address our stunned audience. My sister's pregnant, yes, but Rohan's not the father. Would you like to know who is? Ava, please, Camilla begs. I smile, the same smile I've worn through years of being overlooked, underestimated, and betrayed. Don't worry, sis. The night's just getting started, and I've got receipts for everything. The room holds its breath. In my peripheral vision, I see Genesis position herself near the door, ready for what comes next. My father hasn't moved, but he's gripping his whiskey glass so hard I think it might shatter. Camilla starts to speak, but I raise my hand. Before you lie again, you should know. I have the voicemail you left for Kai last week. Should we play it for everyone? The voicemail plays through my phone's speaker. Camila's desperate voice filling the stunned silence. Kai, please. I know you're angry, but this baby? I need you. You can't just pretend this never happened between us. Call me back. Camilla lunges for my phone, but I step back smoothly. Careful, sis. Stress isn't good for the baby. You evil bitch, she hisses, mascara running down her cheeks. How long have you known? About you and Rohan? Or about you and Kai? I turn to my husband, who's gone pale. Did she tell you about him? Or were you too busy feeling guilty about sleeping with my sister to ask questions? My mother rushes between us. Ava, stop this immediately. Your sister is in a delicate condition. Mom, I cut her off. For once in your life, shut up. The gasps from our audience are satisfying, but not as satisfying as watching my mother's face contort with shock. For the first time in my life, she's speechless. Rohan, I say calmly, tell them what you told me last week. He clears his throat, looking anywhere but at Camila. It was just once. During our separation last year, Camila said, he swallows hard. She said Ava never had to know. But I did know, I say. I knew the moment it happened. Just like I knew about the texts, the secret meetings, the lies. I just waited, gathered evidence, planned. Victoria steps forward, ever the mediator. Darling, perhaps we should take this somewhere private. No, I say firmly. You don't get to help sweep this under the rug, Victoria. Not after you helped Camila sabotage every relationship I had before Rohan. Victoria freezes, another secret exposed. Ava, my father finally speaks, his voice rough. What are you doing? What you never had the courage to do, Dad. I'm telling the truth. Genesis moves closer, ready with the next envelope, but Camila's not done fighting. You want to talk truth? She shrieks. Let's talk about how you trapped Rohan into marriage, how you've always been jealous of me, how... The DNA test says you're 10 weeks pregnant, I interrupt coldly. Rohan was in Dubai 11 weeks ago, for 3 weeks. Want to explain that math? The room erupts in whispers. Camila's face crumples. I have the hotel receipts, I continue. The dates you met Kai at the Riverside Hotel, the pregnancy test you bought 6 weeks ago, the threatening text you sent him when he tried to break it off. Stop, Camila whispers. Why? Isn't this what you wanted? Everyone's attention is on you, just like always. My mother finds her voice. Ava, your sister made a mistake. We're family. We need to support. Support? I laugh, and it sounds foreign even to me. Like you supported me when Camila stole my college fund, or when she slept with my high school boyfriend, or how about when she... That's enough, my father shouts, standing suddenly. His whiskey glass shatters on the floor. No, Dad, it's not enough. Not anymore. I motion to Genesis, who hands me another envelope. Since we're having such an honest family meeting, there's something else you should know. Ava, don't, my mother says, but there's fear in her voice now. Mom's been forging your signature, Dad, on legal documents, bank loans, and something very interesting involving my trust fund. The color drains from my mother's face. You wouldn't dare. Try me. I turn back to the room. I apologize for disrupting my father's birthday party, but I thought it was time we all stopped pretending. The perfect daughter isn't so perfect. The devoted husband isn't so devoted. And the controlling mother... I smile coldly. Well, she might want to lawyer up. I drop the envelope on the nearest table and walk toward the exit. Genesis falls into step beside me. Ava! Camila calls after me, her voice breaking. You can't just leave like this. I pause at the door, looking back at my shattered family. Watch me. The last thing I hear as we leave is my mother's sob, Rohan calling my name, and the beautiful sound of karma doing its work. The first sign something was wrong came 3 months ago. I was sorting laundry when Rohan's phone buzzed on the dresser. A text from Camila. Miss you already. Last night was... I didn't need to read the rest. You okay? Genesis asked now, driving us away from the chaos at the party. That was intense back there. Pull over, I say, and she does. I need a moment to breathe, to remember how this all unfolded. Tell me again what you found, I say. Genesis pulls out her tablet. Hotel receipts first. Camila and Kai met 16 times over 2 months at the riverside. Then there's the security footage of them in the elevator. She swipes through photos. Here's where it gets interesting. Rohan and Camila only met twice, both times at that cafe near your office, where they knew I'd never go because I'm allergic to the flowers they keep inside, I say. Clever. Want to see the footage? I shake my head. I saw enough in person. Remember that charity gala last month? The one where Camila wore that green dress? I watched them in the mirror behind the bar, the way they looked at each other when they thought no one was watching. Rohan touched her lower back just for a second, but I knew. Genesis squeezes my hand. That's when you called me. Best private investigator in the city, and an even better friend. The DNA test was brilliant, she says. How'd you convince Rohan to take it? I laugh without humor. I didn't have to. When I confronted him last week, he broke down immediately, said Camila had been pressuring him, claiming the baby was his. He agreed to the test just to prove it wasn't. My phone buzzes. Rohan calling. I decline it. He's called 6 times since we left, Genesis notes. Let him call. I've got a signed confession about embezzling from the company. He can either disappear quietly or face charges. Damn, girl. Genesis whistles. You really did think of everything. My phone buzzes again. Camila this time, but it's a text. You've ruined everything. I hope you're happy. I type back. Check your bank account. 3 dots appear as she types. Then, what did you do? Remember that joint account Mom set up for us? The one you've been draining for years? It's empty now, and the transactions have been reported as fraud. Genesis reads over my shoulder. Your sister's about to have a very bad night. It gets worse, I say, showing her another text that just came in from Victoria. Looks like the country club is canceling Camila's membership. Something about unpaid dues and moral conduct violations. Your sister's whole life was that club. I know. I put my phone away. Drive me home. I need to pack. The apartment's ready, Genesis confirms. Rohan has no idea you bought it. As we drive, I remember the moment everything changed. It wasn't the text or the touches or even the DNA test. It was last Christmas when my mother said, Camila would have made such a better wife for Rohan. She understands him in a way you never could. I'd smiled and poured more wine. But something snapped that day. My phone buzzes again. My father this time. His message is simple. We need to talk. Not yet, I text back. Check Mom's office first. Bottom drawer, blue folder, then we'll talk. Genesis pulls up to my house, soon to be just Rohan's house. The lights are off. Want me to come in with you? No, this part I need to do alone. Inside, I head straight to the bedroom. The suitcases are already packed, hidden in the guest room closet. As I'm pulling them out, I hear the front door open. Ava! Rohan's voice desperate. Please, we need to talk. I walk to the top of the stairs, looking down at him. Nothing left to say. I love you, he tries. Camila was a mistake. Save it. I start bringing my bags down. The divorce papers are on your desk. Sign them or the board gets proof of your creative accounting. You wouldn't... Try me. I reach the bottom of the stairs. You never saw me coming, did you? None of you did. You all thought I was just... What did Mom call me? The reliable one. He reaches for me. I step back. Goodbye, Rohan. Give my love to Camila. I'm sure you two can console each other at the country club. Oh, wait. I smile. You can't. The door closes behind me with a satisfying click. In my pocket, my phone buzzes with another message from Camila, but I don't need to read it. The night's not over yet, and I've got more receipts to share. My new apartment feels empty, but it's mine. No family photos, no wedding portraits, just clean walls and the sound of my phone continuously buzzing. I've been here an hour when someone knocks. Go away, Rohan, I call out. It's me. My cousin Caleb's voice. Let me in, Ava, please. I open the door. Caleb stands there, still in his suit from the party, looking exhausted. Mom's having a meltdown at the house. Aunt Fatima is threatening to call the police about the bank accounts. Let her. I pour us both whiskey. The transactions are all documented. Every penny Camila took, every forged signature. Jesus, Ava. He takes a long drink. When did you become so ruthless? I smile. Probably around the time I found this. I pull out my phone, showing him an email chain between my mother and Victoria from 3 years ago. He reads aloud. We need to keep Ava focused on her career. Rohan's perfect, successful enough to support her, but easily distracted. Camilla can handle him if things get complicated. He looks up horrified. They planned this? From the beginning. Victoria introduced us at that charity auction. Remember how pushy she was? Fuck. He sits heavily on my new couch. But why? Because I was getting too successful. My event planning business was taking off. I wasn't depending on them anymore. I pour more whiskey. They needed me manageable, married, distracted. My phone buzzes again. Kai this time. I answer on speaker. Your sister's at my apartment, he says without preamble. She's hysterical. Not my problem. She says she's bleeding. The baby. Call an ambulance, I cut him off. And maybe this time take responsibility. I hang up. Caleb stares at me. That's cold, Ava. She's lying. Camilla took drama classes in college, remember? She's fine. As if on cue, my phone lights up with a text from Genesis. Hospital confirms, no Camilla admitted. She's at Victoria's house. See? I show Caleb the text. She's playing the victim again. Another knock, harder this time. My mother's voice. Ava Montgomery, open this door. I check the security camera on my phone. She's alone, mascara streaked down her face. Should I let her in? I ask Caleb. He shrugs. It's your show. I open the door. My mother bursts in wild-eyed. How dare you? Your sister could have lost her baby. The baby she's not losing because she's not at the hospital? I counter. Save the dramatics, Mom. I have proof of everything. Proof? You want to talk about proof? She pulls out her phone. I have proof too. Remember Jason? My heart stops. Jason, my first love. The one who disappeared senior year. You think Camilla seduced him? Mom laughs bitterly. I paid him to leave. You were getting too serious, too independent. He took the money and went to college across the country. The room spins. Caleb stands up, moving between us. What? You needed to learn, she spits. Love makes you weak. Family is all that matters. Family? I laugh, and it sounds hysterical even to me. Like how you used my trust fund to bail Camila out of debt? Or how you convinced Dad that therapy was making me rebellious when I was 16? I did what was best. For Camila. Always for Camila. I pull out another envelope. But here's what you didn't know. Dad set up a second trust, in secret, for me. Her face goes white. Yeah, I continue. He knew. All this time he knew what you were doing. And he protected me the only way he could. You're lying. Call him. Ask about the offshore account. The one in my name. not Camila's. She fumbles for her phone, but it buzzes before she can dial. Her hands shake as she reads the message. Dad's at the bank, I tell her, right now, with the fraud department. You wouldn't, she whispers. I already did. You see, Mom, you taught me well. Family is all that matters. But you forgot something crucial. What's that? I walk to the door, opening it. I'm not family anymore. I'm just the woman you tried to destroy. Now get out of my house. She leaves, shoulders shaking. Caleb whistles low. Damn, cousin. Remind me never to cross you. My phone buzzes again. Genesis. Ready for phase 2? I text back. Do it. Because destroying my family's reputation, that was just the beginning. Genesis arrives at dawn with coffee and a laptop. It's done, she says, setting up at my kitchen counter. Every society page in the city has the story. Want to see? I take a sip of coffee and nod. She turns the screen towards me. The headlines are delicious. Socialites pregnancy scandal rocks elite family. Mother-daughter financial fraud exposed. Country club queens fall from grace. Your sister's trending on Twitter, Genesis adds. Not in a good way. My phone rings. It's my father. This time I answer. I'm at the bank, he says without greeting. The fraud department showed me everything. The forged signatures, the drained accounts, the loans in my name. I know, Dad. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Would you have believed me? The silence answers my question. That's what I thought. Ava. His voice breaks. There's something else you need to know about Camilla. I already know she's not your biological daughter. Another long silence. How? DNA test wasn't just for the baby's paternity. I had them run a full panel. I take another sip of coffee. Mom's affair with Richard from the club wasn't as secret as she thought. Jesus. He sounds old suddenly. Does Camilla know? She will when the morning papers come out. Ava? What, Dad? You wanted to protect her forever? Let her keep destroying lives while Mom enables her. The doorbell rings. Genesis checks the camera feed on her phone and raises her eyebrows. It's Rohan and Camilla. Dad, I have to go. We'll talk later. I open the door to find them both looking wrecked. Camilla's still in last night's dress, makeup smeared. Rohan hasn't changed either. You have 5 minutes, I tell them. They step inside. Camilla speaks first. I lost the baby. No, you didn't, Genesis says from the counter, not looking up from her laptop. Victoria's housekeeper confirmed you're still pregnant. Nice try, though. Camilla flushes. Fine, but we need to talk about damage control. Damage control? I laugh. You mean like when you controlled the damage of sleeping with my high school boyfriend? Or when you controlled the damage of emptying my bank account? That was different, she cries. I needed the money. My influencer business was failing. And now your whole life is failing. I turn to Rohan. Why are you here? He steps forward. The board meeting's in an hour. They're voting on whether to remove me as CEO. I know. I called the meeting. Ava, please. He reaches for my hand. I step back. Everything we built, I correct him. Or did you forget who handled all the client relationships while you were busy sleeping with my sister? It was one time. 3 times, I say coldly. The hotel has cameras in the elevator, remember? Camilla makes a choking sound. Rohan goes pale. You have proof? He whispers. Of everything. I walk to my laptop, turn it around. The embezzlement, the affair, the insider trading you thought I didn't know about. You'll destroy yourself too, Camilla says. You're his wife. Ex-wife, I correct her. The divorce was finalized this morning. Emergency hearing given the circumstances. Amazing what proof of adultery can do. That's impossible, Rohan stammers. Check your email. You'll find copies of everything, including the settlement where you sign over your shares to me. I smile. You should read documents before your lawyer hands them to you. Genesis stands, gathering her things. The press is gathering at the office, by the way. Might want to use the back entrance. Camilla starts crying again. Mom was right. You're heartless. No, I say quietly. I have a heart. I just learned to use my head first. I open the door. Now get out, both of you. The board meeting starts soon and I need to get ready. Ready for what? Rohan asks. To take my place as CEO, of course. I check my watch. Oh, and Camilla, Dad knows about Richard. Maybe ask Mom about that. They leave, broken and bewildered. Genesis looks at me admiringly. You know, she says, I always wondered why you put up with their shit for so long. I straighten my jacket, checking my reflection. I wasn't putting up with it. I was taking notes. My phone buzzes. A text from my father. We need to talk about your mother's offshore accounts. I smile. Phase 2 is right on schedule. The board meeting goes exactly as planned. Rohan sits at the far end of the table, tie askew, looking like he hasn't slept. I take my seat at the head, spreading out the documents everyone's already received copies of. Let's begin, I say, my voice carrying across the stunned silence. As you can see, there are some irregularities in the company's finances that need addressing. This is ridiculous, Rohan interrupts. You can't. Article 7, Section 3 of the company bylaws. I cut him off. In cases of proven financial misconduct, majority shareholders can call for immediate leadership change. I smile. I own 53% as of this morning. You signed it over, remember? The board members shuffle through their papers. One of them, Janet, looks up sharply. These transactions, they're all unauthorized? Everyone, I confirm, along with the proof of insider trading dating back 18 months. Rohan stands up desperate. She's my wife. She can't testify. Ex-wife, I correct him again, and I'm not testifying. The documents speak for themselves. The vote takes less than 10 minutes. Rohan is out. I'm in. As security escorts him from the building, my phone buzzes with a text from Genesis. Your mother's at the country club. You need to see this. I excuse myself and pull up the live security feed Genesis hacked into. My mother is causing a scene in the main dining room, screaming at Victoria. You promised this wouldn't happen, Mom shrieks. You said the plan was perfect. Victoria tries to quiet her. Fatima, please. My daughter is ruined. The accounts are frozen. Richard is threatening to go public. I forward the video to my father with one message. Richard's wife is on the club board. Thought you should know. My phone rings immediately. It's Camilla. What do you want? I answer. Mom's lost it, she says, sounding scared. She's talking about running away. She says she has money hidden. In the Cayman Islands? I interrupt. Account number 247H91? Already frozen. Silence. Then, how long have you been planning this? Remember when I got food poisoning at your engagement party? The one that got called off because your fiancé found out about your affair with his brother? That was 3 years ago. I wasn't sick. I was in the Caymans tracking Mom's money transfers. Turns out she's been stealing from Dad's company for decades. Camilla's breath catches. The trust funds were just the beginning. But here's what's interesting. There's a second account in your name. What? I never... Exactly. Mom used your identity. You might want to talk to a lawyer about that. Another call beeps in. Genesis again. I switch over. You need to get to the club, she says urgently. Your mom just accused Victoria of blackmail in front of everyone. Victoria's threatening to reveal something about the night your dad's brother died. My uncle's accident 20 years ago. Another piece falls into place. Send me the video, I tell Genesis, and call Detective Martinez. It's time to open that cold case. I head to my car, but Caleb is waiting in the parking garage. You knew about Uncle David, he says. It's not a question. I had suspicions. Now we'll have proof. This will destroy them, all of them. I unlock my car. They destroyed themselves. I'm just exposing the rot. Aunt Fatima is saying you're behind the IRS audit of her charity foundation. I am. I get in the car. Want to know what I found? He shakes his head. I don't think I can handle any more today. Fair enough. But Caleb, I start the engine. You might want to warn your mom. The foundation's board meets tomorrow, and Victoria's not the only one who's been embezzling. His face falls. Jesus, Ava, is there anyone in this family you haven't investigated? Just you, I say honestly. You're the only one who never tried to hurt me. My phone buzzes again. A news alert. Someone leaked photos of Camilla leaving Kai's apartment from months ago. The timestamp proves the baby's paternity. Was that you? Caleb asks. No. I smile. That was Karma. She's been working overtime lately. I pull out of the garage, heading toward the country club. Time to watch my mother's carefully constructed world crumble completely, and I haven't even played my final card yet. The country club's parking lot is full of police cars when I arrive. Genesis meets me at the entrance, tablet in hand. Your mother tried to access the safe deposit box, she says. Security caught her using a fake ID. Let me guess. She used Camilla's identity again? Bingo. But here's the twist. Victoria was with her. Inside, the scene is chaos. My mother sits handcuffed in the lobby, Victoria beside her, both women looking shell-shocked. Detective Martinez waves me over. Ms. Montgomery, he says, your information about your uncle's death was enlightening. Did you find the documents? He holds up an evidence bag containing water-damaged papers. In the safe deposit box, along with some very interesting insurance policies. My mother's head snaps up. Ava, please, you don't understand. I understand perfectly. I kneel in front of her. Uncle David found out about your embezzlement, didn't he? About the affairs, the stolen money, all of it. So you and Victoria handled it. It wasn't like that, Victoria protests. No? I pull out my phone, play a recording. Victoria's voice, drunk at last year's Christmas party, talking to my mother. We should have pushed him down the stairs instead of into the pool. Easier to make it look like an accident. Detective Martinez takes the phone. We'll need that for evidence. My father bursts through the doors, looking wild. Fatima, what have you done? Ask her about the insurance money, Dad, I say quietly. Ask her where your brother's $3 million went. He turns to my mother, who starts sobbing. I had to protect our family. David was going to ruin everything. By telling the truth? I stand up. The affairs, the stolen money, Camilla's real father, he knew it all, didn't he? Victoria suddenly lunges at me, but Genesis steps between us. I wouldn't, she warns. The police might be interested in your offshore accounts, too. You bitch! Victoria spits at me. You've ruined everything. No, my father says, his voice hard. You and Fatima did that 20 years ago, when you killed my brother. More police arrive. Detective Martinez reads them their rights. As they're led away, Camilla appears looking horrified. Mom? What's happening? Ask her about the trust fund she set up in your name, I tell her. The one she's been using to launder money. You might want to check your credit score, too. Camilla sinks into a chair. I don't understand. Why would she? Because you were the perfect front, I explained. The golden child. Who would suspect you? Meanwhile, I was the responsible one, the boring one, the one nobody watched. While they were all watching me, Camilla whispers, I was watching them. I turn to my father. The detective has everything: the murder evidence, the financial records, even Mom's original prenup, which proves she married you for money. He aged 10 years in 10 minutes. How long have you known? I suspected after Uncle David died. Started investigating 3 years ago. Found proof last year. I pause. That's when Rohan and Camila started their affair. They thought I was too distracted with work to notice. The work you were doing to expose all this, Genesis adds. My phone buzzes. A text from Rohan. Please, I'll tell them everything. Just don't let them arrest me. Too late, I text back. The SEC already has your confession. Camila's phone chimes too. Probably Kai seeing the news. She doesn't check it. What happens now? She asks quietly. Mom and Victoria face murder charges. The foundation board members get arrested for fraud. Rohan goes down for insider trading. I shrug. And you, well, that depends. On what? On whether you tell the truth about what really happened the night Uncle David died. You were there, weren't you? Her face crumples. I was 12. Mom said not to tell anyone. Tell the detective, I say. Maybe they'll be lenient. As if on cue, Detective Martinez returns. Ms. Newman, we need your statement. Camila looks at me one last time. You really planned everything. Not everything. I gather my things. Some of it was just karma. Genesis and I walk out together as more police cars arrive. My phone buzzes with news alerts. The story's breaking everywhere. Ready for the final act? Genesis asks. I look back at the country club where my family's carefully constructed lies are finally crumbling. Almost, I say. There's just one more secret to reveal. The courtroom falls silent as I take the stand. My mother in her orange jumpsuit won't meet my eyes. Victoria stares daggers at me. Camila sits with her lawyer, pale and drawn, her pregnancy now visible. Please state your name for the record, the prosecutor says, Ava Montgomery. And your relationship to the defendants? Fatima Newman is my mother. Victoria Joseph was my sister's godmother, and together they killed my Uncle David. The testimony flows easily, every detail, every document, every secret I've gathered over 3 years. The prosecutor displays the evidence as I speak: bank statements, voice recordings, DNA tests, security footage. And this recording, the prosecutor holds up a small device, was found where? In Uncle David's old watch, the one he was wearing the night he died. I looked directly at my mother. He knew they were going to kill him. He recorded everything. The courtroom erupts. My mother crumples. Victoria jumps up shouting, but her lawyer pulls her down. The prosecution rests, the prosecutor says. Outside reporters swarm, but Genesis keeps them back. My father waits by his car. You had the watch all this time? He asks. Uncle David gave it to me the day before he died. Said to keep it safe, that I'd know when to open it. I touch the locket around my neck, just like he gave me this. The locket. His eyes widen. The missing insurance papers, microfilmed along with his real will. I meet his eyes. You inherit everything, Dad. The company, the properties, all of it. He never signed them over to Mom? He leans against his car, overwhelmed. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Because I needed everyone to show their true colors first. I hand him an envelope, including Rohan. Inside are photos. Rohan meeting with Mom's lawyers, planning to take control of the company using forged documents. The affair with Camila was a distraction, I explained. While everyone focused on that scandal, they were planning to steal everything from you. And Camila was just a pawn, like always. I watch her leave the courthouse with her lawyer. She'll get immunity for testifying. The baby will have one parent at least. Caleb appears, holding more files. The foundation board confessed, all of them. The money laundering, the fake charities, everything. Good. I check my phone. More news alerts. The stories everywhere. You know what I don't understand, Caleb says. Why did Uncle David trust you with everything? You were just a kid. Because I saw them push him into the pool. My voice is steady. He knew I'd remember, that I'd understand eventually. Jesus, Ava. I was 13, too scared to speak up then, but he knew I'd find my voice. Genesis touches my arm. Ready? I nod. One last piece to play. We drive to the prison where Rohan's being held. He looks broken in his jumpsuit. Come to gloat, he asks. No, came to give you this. I slide a document across the table. Sign it. He reads it, face darkening. You want me to confess to planning Uncle David's murder? You didn't plan it, but you knew about it. Mom told you everything before our wedding, didn't she? Made you complicit so you'd help steal the company. His silence is answer enough. Sign, I say again, or I release the recording of that conversation too. He signs. Outside, Genesis hugs me. It's really over. Almost. I pull out my phone, dial a number. Hello? Camila answers. The baby's trust fund is set up. Clean money in your name only. Kai can't touch it. Silence then. Why? Because that baby's innocent and because despite everything, you're still my sister. She starts crying. I'm sorry for everything. I know. I hang up. Genesis drives me home. My apartment doesn't feel empty anymore. It feels clean, new. What now? She asks. I look at the sunset through my window. Now I rest. Let karma handle the rest. My phone buzzes one last time. A message from Uncle David's old number scheduled years ago. You did it, kiddo. You found your voice, and now use it to build something better than they ever could. I smile, touching the locket. I will, I whisper. I promise. Because revenge isn't just about destroying the old. It's about building something new from the ashes, something true,